Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about 10 principles of economics which were given by Gregory Mankiw in his book Principles of Economics. One by one we will discuss about each principle. So let's start it. First principle is people face trade-off. It means to get one thing we have to give up something else. It means to get one thing we have to give up something else. For example, Ram decided he will study for 2 hours, but he has to give up napping, bike riding and watching TV for these 2 hours. So in this example, we can clearly see for getting something, Ram is giving up something. Okay. And second principle is cost of item is what we sacrifice to get it. This principle basically talk about opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is loss of other alternative when one alternative is chosen. Opportunity cost is loss of other alternative when one alternative is chosen. For example, a producer has limited resources, and with this limited resources he has only 2 alternatives. Either he can produce mobile or tablet. Suppose producer decided to produce mobile and give up tablet, and opportunity cost of producing mobile is sacrifice of tablet, because opportunity cost is loss of other alternative when one alternative is chosen. Third principle is rational people think at margin. Rational people are sensible people who takes their decision thoughtfully, and in economics we assume people are rational, and according to this principle, rational people always compare marginal benefit with marginal cost. If marginal benefit is more than marginal cost, then they make particular choice, otherwise not. Fourth principle is people respond to incentive. Incentive is something that encourages people to act. Incentive is something that encourages people to act. For example, incentive can any reward or punishment, or we can say that incentive can be positive or negative. For example, higher price is negative incentive for buyer to consume less. On the other hand, higher price is positive incentive for seller to produce more. So we can say that people respond to incentives. Fifth principle is trade can make everyone better off. According to this principle, trade is not like a game where one win and other lose. Trade can make everyone better off. For example, country A is producing mobile because it has lower cost in mobile as compared to tablet, and importing tablet from country B. On the other hand, country B is producing tablet because it has lower cost in tablet as compared to mobile, and importing mobile from country A. By doing this, both countries are producing that product in which they have lower cost. So we can say that trade can make everyone better off. Sixth principle is markets are good way of organizing economic activity. Why markets are good way of organizing economic activity? Because invisible hands leads market to desirable outcome. Invisible hand leads market to desirable outcome. Here invisible hands means if market are free without any intervention of government, then it will automatically come in this equilibrium point, because there are some forces that push market to come in this equilibrium point, and these forces called invisible hand. So we can say that markets are good way of organizing economic activity because of these invisible hands. Seventh principle is government can sometime improve market outcome. Sometime market cannot perform efficiently. Then government can improve market outcome by enforcing property right. Sometime market cannot perform efficiently, then government can improve market outcome by enforcing property right. Because when government enforce property right, people can participate in economics activity without any fear of being cheated. Eighth principle is the ability to produce goods and services decide the standard of living of country. Ability to produce goods and services decided the standard of living of country. According to this principle, country with low productivity are poor and underdeveloped country. On the other hand, country with high productivity are rich and developed country. Here productivity means how much people can produce in their working hour, and according to this principle, productivity decides standard of living of any country, or in other word we can say that ability to produce goods and services decides standard of living of any country. Ninth principle is excessive printing of money by government result in rising price. According to this principle, when government print excessive money, then money supply in market will increase. When government print excessive money, then money supply in market will increase. When money supply in market will increase, demand for goods and services will also increase, because now people have more money to spend, and when demand for goods and services increase, price will also increase. So we can say that excessive printing of money supply by government result in rising price. So last principle is trade off between unemployment and inflation. Trade off between unemployment and inflation. According to this principle, in short run, unemployment and inflation have inverse relation. In short run, unemployment and inflation have inverse relation. But why unemployment and inflation have an inverse relation? As we all know, inflation means the rise in price of goods and services. When price of goods and services are continue rising, means profit of producer is rising. When price of goods and services are continue rising, means profit of producer is rising, and this profit will motivate producer to produce more, and when producer produce more, producer will increase the demand of labor. When producer increase the demand of labor, means unemployment will fall. So here we clearly see when inflation increase, unemployment will fall. So we can say that in short run, inflation and unemployment have an inverse relation. This is all about 10 principle of economics. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.